Okay, so I have a real quick thrift flip for you today. I purchased this Connie Lines and Designs paper, and it came in two 5x7s. So I've cut one down to fit my frame. This is also a garage sale find frame. So I have cleaned the glass and I'm going to put it back in there. And I'm going to put the bunny in there. And then there was a white backing that came with the photo frame. So I'm going to put the white side down so that will help make the paper pop in my frame. And I used my little Amazon tool to get off. It's like a little razor blade tool. It has a metal on one side and plastic on the other. And I did purchase this on Amazon. But when I use that to take off the sticker, it took part of the backing off. So what I'm going to do is put that back in there. And I'm just going to use a black Sharpie. I was going to paint it, but first I'm going to try this black Sharpie marker to see if I can just make it look a little better. Just going to try that first. See what I think. It doesn't look the best, but it's better than what it was, and I can't get the little hooks off, or I would put like a piece of paper, like a piece of cardstock over the back, but I can't get these little hooks off, and I really didn't want to paint this unless I have to. Okay, so here is what the bunny looks like once it's framed. And if I decide I find something that I want to put the decoupage paper on, I can always take it out of the frame. So that's something to think about. If you find a project for your decoupage paper and it's in a frame, you can always take it out and then use it on the project piece that you find. Okay, so here is the other bunny paper that I purchased. The three little bunnies together I thought were super cute. And I had thrifted this sign, and I knew I was going to make it over when I purchased it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of the Waverly chalk style paint and plaster. It might take 2 coats, I'm not for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll come back and we will decoupage our bunnies on there. Okay, so I will be back. Okay, for the next bunny project, I have already crafted this, and it has been in my stash, and I didn't know if I liked it for sure, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I will show you what I started with. I started with one of these. This came from a flea market, and I got a couple different sizes of these. And I knew I would probably repurpose them. And then I used this mold. I used this one right here. And then I believe this little one right here. And I believe this came off of Amazon, or I picked it up at a garage sale. I don't know. It is a Wilton mold, like for cakes and that kind of thing. But I use these sometimes if I'm looking for a certain type of mold to put on a project. So that's what I used. And this is what I have. And I thought, okay, this bunny has skinny ears. So I thought I could put this as a backdrop inside here. And how I will do that is I will trace or use my finger to figure out where I need to cut the bunny. And I'll use the back side, and then I'll go ahead and do that. I will cut it out, and then I will just decoupage that in there. So I will show you that. Okay, so after looking at my little bunny house, I thought it needed something on the roof part. So I thought I could use the Tim Holtz stencil. It has the little X's and the little dashes. I can't decide which one I think I want for the roof, the X's or the little dashes. I think I'm going to go with the dashes, or I might do one of each and just try it. So what I'm going to be using is the Light and Fluffy modeling paste, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it on cardstock. This is just like craft cardstock, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just using a plastic knife, and I'm just going to go ahead. It won't take the whole three. There's 3 rows, but I think it's only going to take the 2 rows of the dashes, what I'm calling dashes, lines. So I'll do that, and then while I'm doing it, I'm just going to do the X's too. And then I can see which one I like better after it dries. I just think that will add a little something. It looks kind of plain. It needs something by the bunny too, but I haven't figured out what to put by the bunny yet. So that is what that looks like, and I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to put it on the top of my little cottage house here. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I wanted to show you that I went ahead and put the roof on the house. I chose the little like dash marks, so I still have the little X's that I can use on another house if I decide to do another one. And I made 2 little planters for the house. I used thread spools, and I put just little flowers in there. I didn't glue them in or anything in case I want to change my mind about that, but I thought that was super cute. Okay, and then on this other project, I was thinking about it, and it had this hanger on it. And I decided I didn't like that too well, so I took that off and I added this beaded garland to it. I used my art glitter glue and glued that on there. So I thought it matched really well with the papers, and I do like it better than the hanger that was on there. So now we are going to decoupage this bunny paper on, and I'm going to show you what I did. I used the paper cutter and everything, but when I lined it up on the paper cutter, I must have had it off a little bit. So I have this little gap right here. So I'm going to wet my paper, hoping I can stretch it a little bit this way. But if not, I have the piece that originally came off of there, and I'm going to see if I can somehow fix that. So I'm going to go ahead and decoupage that on, and I'll let you watch the process. Okay, as you saw when I was decoupaging, I was not able to pull the paper up far enough to cover that little bitty strip. So you saw me adding the little strip in there, but I think it looks great. And once it dries, I think it'll be fine. So if you have a problem like that, or if you tear your decoupage paper, try to repair it with another little piece of paper. Most of the time it'll come out and it will be great. It won't be that noticeable at all. Okay, so I will be back. So here's the finished projects. Here's the little cottage house with the bunny inside, and the roof and the two little planters. Here is the garage sale frame that I added the rice paper to. And then here is the wood sign that I took the hanger off and I added the garland. So let me know in the comments what you think of these bunnies. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.